Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We are here with another week of the Lunchboxed series. So grab your lunch. Let's make a box. Today we're going to do some Clorox To Go Pack wipes. Now I'm pretty sure I have a tutorial for a box for these, but it was the green pack, which was a little bit longer. I don't know, I might even have this one, but we're gonna go ahead and do this one from scratch. I'm gonna use the same as I did last week. I'm pretty sure, yeah, last week I did. I'm gonna use the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Country Harvest, the paper pad, well, the scraps of the paper pad, the sticker book, and maybe some foam stickers, I don't know. Keep in mind, these boxes are for your craft fairs. So when you're decorating, keep in mind that people are probably going to throw them away. So you want to decorate a little less. If you're making them for a crafty friend or as a gift, you can decorate it a little bit more. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This measures, let's see, I'm using the bottom of my mat to measure. You can use your ruler. So we're gonna go with 5 by, let's see, 3 3/4 by, now this is gonna vary depending on what pack you get and how juicy they are, your wipes are, but I'm gonna go with 3/4 of an inch just to make sure. I could probably do 1/2 inch and just kind of squish it in, but I don't want to take the air out of the bag. I don't know if that makes it, dry out, or there's bleach leaking here. All right, sorry, I had to get the bleach cleaned up. So I'm going to go by, what did I say? 3/4 of an inch. Okay. There's a box. We're going to go ahead and draw our standard what I do. I always need 5 panels for a box that closes, this is last week's, that closes on the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw up 5 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously I don't care if they're to scale or whatever. And I'm going to need 2 panels on the top and the bottom, and we're good to go. All right, so first I'm going to need the left side, which is going to be 3/4. Now I need the top, which is going to be the 3 3/4. I need the right side, which again is going to be 3/4. I need the back, which is going to be 3 3/4. And then I need another hinge to close your box. So another 3/4. Okay. Now, the top, let me see what other color I have. The top of the box is going to be your flap. So you need your piece to cover, the opening. So you need your piece to cover the hole, and then you need a little flap to tuck it in, right? So your hole coverer is always going to be the same measurement as here. So this is going to be 3/4. And then your little flap. I typically like a 1/2 inch for a flap. If it's easier for you to math with, 3/4 or whatever measurement, I typically don't like a 1/4 of an inch flap just because it's too small for me. So I typically go 1/2 inch. But if that measurement means you have to get a bigger piece of paper, then I will use a 1/4 of an inch. Because I try to make all of my boxes out of 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is cut our paper. We're gonna mat this out and then cut our paper. So what I like to do is go left to right first. So this is going to be, we're going to use our calculator. Okay. So 0.75 plus 3.75 plus 0.75 plus 3.75 plus 0.75. So we need 9 3/4 by, okay. So that's our measurement that's going that way, right? Now we need to figure out our measurement that is going this way. So that we have 0.5 plus 0.75 plus the length, which is 5, plus 0.75 plus 0.5 equals 7.5. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut our paper. Okay, I had to decide what color paper I wanted, and I'm going to go ahead and use Pumpkin Pie from Stampin' Up. So I need this to be 9 3/4. That would have been a bad measurement. My ruler was stuck under there. I need 9 3/4 by 7.5. So there's my 7.5, and then 9 3/4. All right, so now we need to go ahead and score our long way, which is a 9 3/4. That's the way that we need to do all of these score marks. So what we need to do is go ahead and place our paper the long side at the top, and we need to score at 3/4. And now we need to add 3 3/4 to that. So we're just gonna cheat on our calculator. So 4.5. So we need to be writing these down. So long side, 3/4, 4.5. We need to add 3/4 to that, plus 0.75. So that would be 5.25. So that's easy. I could have just moved it over. 1, 2, 3. And then usually what I do is just put whatever my last measurement here, I just pull that over here and make it 3/4 from the end, which works out. If you are on a scoreboard, then that measurement is 9. And you can check that on your calculator. So we were at 5.25 plus 3.75 equals 9. So you're good to go. Now we need to do our short side. Short side, okay? If you need to rotate your paper so you can see kind of what the short side, what you need, that's fine. You're gonna need 1/2 inch and then 3/4 inch. So 1/2 inch and 1 1/4 on both sides. So short side, 1/2 inch, 1 1/4 on both sides. Which comes out to 6 1/4 and 7. Okay. The measurements will be typed in the description box, so don't worry about that. But here they are. All right, varnish our box. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our box where the long side is here. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay. And same as always, you don't need the 4 boxes on the right hand side. Okay. So you're going to use your scissors or your paper trimmer, and you're going to go ahead and cut all of those out. Okay. And we're just cutting. By like the next couple of weeks, you should be a pro at making boxes. I don't mind when you guys message me and say, hey, can you make me a box this size? I love making boxes, so I will do it. I went ahead and mitered our tab, which is our normal. Now again, we don't need the bottom right box or the bottom left. The same on the top and the bottom, okay? We do need to go ahead and cut up our score line to make our tabs. And we need to miter our box. Again, choose if you want to cut at your score line or a little bit above for your tab. Your choice. And miter. Okay, so cut up, cut off, and miter. Okay, we're going to do the same to the other side. Cut up, cut off, and miter. Sometimes I forget the mitering part. Okay, so cut up, cut off, and miter. Okay. That's it. Clear your pieces. And then we are going to corner round our flaps. I use the We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile Corner Chomper, the 1/4 inch on my boxes. You can use any corner rounder. I don't advise using any other shape other than a rounder because it's just going to be weird. Like it's not going to lay correctly. So just corner round. And I did not even do that one very nicely. There we go. Okay. So put it back to starting position where your flap is on your right. Fold that in. Varnish it really well. Let's see if our flaps match each other. They do, so we don't need to cut off any extra bit on this. You can always cut off like a 1/16 of an inch if it's too too big or it just doesn't match right. Sometimes your paper is off. Sometimes your scoring is off. I didn't feel like I got a good varnish, so I'm just going to go ahead and varnish. Just get a really good varnish on these. You always want a crisp box. Okay. Alright. Put your flap in. Your glue. And then you're going to fold over. Whichever fold over way you want to do. I do mine differently every single time. It does not matter, just get the box put together. And just make sure your corners are lined up perfectly and your box should lay flat no matter which way you do it. Okay. That's it. I don't know what that is. It's stuck to my box. Just make sure your flaps go in nicely. Mine's a little bit loose on the top because I mitered my tab a little bit too much, but that's okay. If you don't like that it's popping out, you can always just like, you can either glue that shut or you can put a ribbon on it, whatever. It doesn't bother me. You just make that the top. So you put your item in. And just make sure that you're good. And see, sometimes when the item is in there, it'll hold it close. Now, I did not glue all the way to the edge, and so it gave me a gap. I don't like gaps, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue that. Just gluing that little piece. I had a tiny gap on the bottom, but I was okay with that one. This one was just too big. Okay, so we're ready to decorate. Again, use your scraps. And this is for a craft fair. Less is more with your decorating. Let's see. What do I have here? Now I could even do this right here and just have a pocket card and then have just some pattern paper around it. Let's see what I got. What else? Truck. You can always paper piece as well. I'm going to use my scraps. But I don't really have anything to match those in a scrap, and so I'm just going to use this one here. Okay. And you don't want to think too much about it. Just grab your scraps and go. All right. So this was 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to cut my paper 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. Oops. Glue, tape runner, whatever you want. Make sure this is your front of your box. If you accidentally glue to your back of your box, then your box is going to have paper on the front and the back. Like so. Okay. And then I have some cut aparts that will look nice on there. I have that cut apart, which is a little bit too big. Oh no, maybe not. So you could even just do that and leave it exactly like that if you want. That cut apart's a little off. So is that one. Okay. See what I have left on the paper pad. Which I do have some cut aparts left. That's it. Okay. I'm going to use that cut apart. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. And then I'm going to add some, I don't know, some stickers maybe. But I have to cut it down because it's ripped. All right, I'm going to cut off about a ½ inch from either side. Again, you know, if this is for a crafty person, I would probably pop this up on some pop dots and do a little bit more. But we are doing these for our craft fair. And so we're not going to use extra foam tape, because that's just adding to the cost, right? Okay, so we're going to center this. And we're going to add some little stickers. And I am just randomly picking items. Now the stickers, I'm going to put as many as I want because they're stickers. I mean, I have a ton. I have a whole book here. And I want this little, oh, I just ripped it. These stickers were very thin. I think I do want a flat heart. And we're just gonna put this right here. And you can take your Nuvo drops and add Nuvo drops. You can add your gems, whatever you want. But you know, keep it sweet and simple. Gold Nuvo drops will look really good on this. I just don't have any with me, or brown. That'd be really, really cute. I just don't have any Nuvo drops with me. All right, well, here is our boxed lunch, or lunchtime crafting in under 30 minutes. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.